Hey guys, and welcome back to Piff Explores. This week I'm comparing two very popular caving headlamps.
I hear a lot of people saying the blues, but I'm gonna tell you what the blues is. When you ain't got no money.
So recently I switched from the Princeton Tec Apex to a ZebraLight. In my circle of cavers, at least, these are two very popular headlamps. So we're gonna kind of compare about them, talk about it. Let's talk about it. So to start off, I just want to say there are a ton of different headlamps out there, and a lot of them are gonna work. And there are some really great and powerful ones if you want like a bajillion lumens. But the people I cave with typically are using either the Apex, which I'm seeing less and less, or a ZebraLight. And so let's talk about this. Right now, full price in Apex runs $89.95, and that's for the 550 lumen light. The Zebra, on the other hand, costs $89 even and goes up to 1,358 lumens. The Apex has 5 brightness levels, while the ZebraLight comes with 6 pre-programmed levels, but you can actually add and change the levels. The Apex has 2 different light functions. You have your floods on the side and a spot in the center, and so these are going to have different lumen values for them, and they project light differently. Where the Zebra, it is possible to get a floody, which is what this is, or a flood, which gives that wider cast, but they also have headlamps that are just a spot, so it's like one or the other. You cannot have both with this headlamp. As far as batteries go, your batteries for your Apex are 4 AA's. I mean, you can get those anywhere, and since we should always carry extra batteries, you should consider carrying at least 8 AA batteries, and they go in this battery pack on the back of the headlamp. The ZebraLight, on the other hand, takes a single 18650 battery. I don't know what that means. I just know it's the kind of battery, and it's rechargeable. Now, here's the cost issue. So we started out, and these headlamps were about the same price. The Zebra was about $10 cheaper. But this battery, since you should always buy 2, ups your cost. You can buy these batteries for $6 to $12, which, since you have to buy 2 to be safe, is $12 to $24. I do recommend getting the ZebraLight brand battery. It works a little bit better. It feels like it lasts a little bit longer than the generic one that they sell. But that is a thing to think about if you're just getting into this and you don't know if you're gonna actually get the use out of that investment in those batteries. And then additionally, along with the batteries, you have to buy a charger, which is another $15 or so. So while in the long run, a ZebraLight, your battery cost is gonna be less, it is important to note that up front, you are gonna be paying a little bit more than you would for the Apex. Now, the main reason I actually ended up switching was I get really bad headaches when I wear a helmet with the Apex on it because it weighs so much. The Apex weighs 9.8 ounces, which is like a lot for a headlamp. So for about 5 years, I caved with this headlamp, and it is a quality headlamp. I would not have traded that for anything. I bought this headlamp at my first OTR, and it's been with me ever since. Contrary though, weight-wise, this guy comes in at 4.4 ounces, so that's less than half the weight. So the weight was the main reason that I switched. A similarity between these two, both of these lights are water resistant, and they both have a pretty good warranty. I somehow managed to mess up my original Apex, but all I had to do was go to Princeton Tech's website, fill out the little form, send in my old headlamp, and they couldn't actually fix it. I don't know if they figured out what was wrong, but they just sent me a brand new headlamp. And they also didn't have a time frame on their warranty, which I super appreciate because headlamps should last a long time. Now for the ZebraLight, I got this light around Christmas, and I haven't broken it yet, so I don't know how great their warranty program is, but their website does say that it's for a year, and it's just defects from normal wear and tear. Alright, so those are like all the facts. So let's talk about like using these things. Like I said, I used the Apex headlamp for about 5 years of my caving career when I was just starting out, and I was so pleased with it. This is very user friendly. You cannot read any of the instructions and be able to find all of the settings on this headlamp very easily and know how to get between the levels. This headlamp is very user friendly, and if you don't want to have to spend the extra 5 minutes to figure out how to use the ZebraLight, got you. Now, when I switched to the ZebraLight, I did have some adjusting to do. I actually had to read the instructions, and then I still had to ask because I forgot almost immediately how to like adjust all of these things. The thing about the ZebraLight is that it has so many different settings that you have to know how to switch between them and like get to the settings that you want. The one thing about this, I have a horrible habit of thinking I've turned it off, but it's actually just on the low setting, and so people are like, Tiffany, your headlamp's still on, and I'm like, oh, that's taken a little getting used to. The low setting can get so low that if you're in ambient light or in daylight, it's very easy to forget that your light is actually still on. Another thing about this light is that it can be reprogrammed to the settings that you want and the lumen levels that you want. However, it is like a big process. And if you're that dedicated to it, you have at it. But I'm going to stick with my 6 pre-programmed settings because I can barely remember how to switch through those half the time. One more thing, in regards to like the price of these, you can actually get, and I'm pretty sure this is the 350 lumen light, and you can get this headlamp for about $60. And if you're looking for a headlamp at the right time of year, you can also purchase last year's model of the Zebra headlamp, and they are usually a bit cheaper too. So if you're like watching out, you can get these headlamps for a little cheaper by about $30. So that is my comparison of the Apex and the ZebraLight. Both of these headlamps are really great caving headlamps. I know there are people out there that are like, oh, but this one has 18,000 lumens. I'm not that person. 1,000 lumens is plenty for me. Let's be honest, 500 is plenty for me. So I think both of these are great, especially if you're just getting into caving and you want a nice headlamp that's also super cheap. These are both under $100, which for some reason is that like magic number for cavers. And they're both extremely popular in the caving community. If you guys have a favorite caving headlamp under $100 that is comparable, let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button. We have new videos every week, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.